Well, the FDA is delaying on the approval for the latest drug that treats the early stages of Alzheimer's disease, at least for now. Join me now to tell us why is Dr. Michael Greicius, professor of neurology and neurological sciences at Stanford Medicine. So, doctor, can you first tell us how is this drug supposed to work?
Right. So the notion with donanemab, like the previous drugs before it, is that this is an antibody that's given as an infusion in your arm. It gets into the brain and it removes amyloid plaques from the brain. And the thought is that that should help patients do better in terms of their memory and other cognitive functions.
And so why has the FDA made this move to pull back on that approval?
Yeah, it's a little hard to read the tea leaves. There hasn't been a lot released on exactly why they did it, other than what Lilly, the company, has released. So I'm a little uncertain. I'm hopeful that they're just keen on taking a closer look. There are a number of issues, not just with donanemab, the one that's being considered, but also with lecanemab, which was recently approved, that I think require a little more attention to detail.
And originally, what was the optimism surrounding this drug? Was there a lot of hope and optimism that this would work?
Yeah, so there's been some contention around the approval of the first medicine in this class called aducanumab, which there was one negative study and one positive study, but the FDA approved it anyway, and then it wasn't covered by Medicare or by insurance companies. Then came lecanemab, the second drug, which has now been approved, which there was only one study and it was positive, but the effects on patients were very kind of minimal and probably not easily detected by patients or families or physicians. And the hope with donanemab is that the effect on these clinical outcome measures, the ones that we care about, was a little larger. And so the hope was that maybe this was going to be, finally delivering on the promise of this class of medications.
And you mentioned some of the other medications, but what are the drugs that are available now that treat Alzheimer's? How effective are they? How do they compare to this drug?
Yeah, so there are a couple approved medicines that go back about 20 years or so now, which are not very effective. They help a little bit with symptoms. These we hoped would be more disease modifying, not just target the symptoms, but actually get at the pathology. And the truth is they do remove amyloid plaques from the brain, which is incredible by itself. The problem is that they don't really have much, or in my view, really any impact on the clinical measures that we care about, like memory and ability to carry out activities of daily living, those sorts of things, the sort of bread and butter of what we'd like to see improve in our patients.
And what is your hope for the treatment of Alzheimer's? What do you see in the next 3 to 5 years?
Yeah, even though I'm not very optimistic about this particular class of medications, I think the field has learned a lot from some of these large studies that didn't work. There are other targets, and I think the field needs to come to grips with that amyloid isn't the only protein that we can target in Alzheimer's disease. There's a trial ongoing now actually targeting a second protein called tau, which we think is really important for Alzheimer's disease. ApoE is another protein that I think is probably going to be targeted shortly. So I think we're getting very precise treatments coming online. It's just a question of whether they work or not. I think the theory behind them is strong, but we need to see the clinical outcomes that we care about.
Yeah, a lot of people are hoping and wondering what's next for Alzheimer's treatment. So always good information. Dr. Michael Greicius, thank you very much for joining us.
Thanks for covering the topic.
All right, thank you, sir.